Hi guys, welcome back to another weekly makeup looks, and in today's video I'm gonna share with you 7 looks that I've worn in the span of the last couple days, or maybe some of them are gonna be looks that I will wear in a couple days because I'm not completely sure how many looks I have filmed already, so who knows. But hopefully you will enjoy this video. You're kind of gonna see how kind of usual week looks like for me when it comes to makeup, and what I've been wearing for the past couple days. I wear makeup every single day, so you're gonna see a couple looks that are more like fun and creative if I have time, and then couple looks that are kind of what I wear if I don't really have much time but I still want to be colorful and fun. And so definitely let me know which look was your favorite. And in case you're new here, hi, my name's Sasha. I love indie makeup, I love colorful makeup, I love eyeshadows especially. I just love having fun with makeup and playing with it. And I'll be super happy to see you here in the community. So for this first look, I love this one. I feel like it's so fun and so cute and just so springy. It's so beautiful outside today. It's like very sunny and clear blue sky and all that, so gorgeous. I used the Galactic Visitor palette because I've only used this one 3 times for my review and I haven't touched it since. I finished the review like 2 weeks ago maybe, and yeah, I did not have created a cut crease using the Super Stay Concealer by Maybelline in the shade 10. Then I used the shade Hoodoos in the cut crease, and I also used a little bit of the shade We in the first, like, I don't know, this first little area, just so that it's a little bit lighter and not too dark and stark. Then I have Encounter, is it Encounter? Yes, Encounter in the inner corner. I use the shade Soul on the lower lash line as well as the shade Orbit. They look so beautiful, and these two, if I'm gonna do one of my peacocky looks, these two are perfect for that. So I already know what I'm gonna do and what I'm gonna use for that. And then the shimmer on my lid is this Mika Beauty Shop multichrome pigment in the shade Nirvana. This is one of their like loose pigments. This is my first time trying a loose pigment because I was always just kind of, I don't like storing jars and all these little things, so I was kind of not really feeling like ever trying anything like that. But first of all, I kind of wrongly read the description, and also this one is so pretty. I don't know if you'll see, but it is just like the most beautiful purple. I'll try to swatch a little bit for you. It's gonna be hard because I don't want to get the powder everywhere, but this is so beautiful. The worst thing is, like, I can't even show you the inside because like everything would fall everywhere. But yeah, this is how it looks like. Look at that. Isn't that just the most beautiful, sparkly, gorgeous? And then try to create a swatch. I don't see what I'm doing and if I'm even in the picture, so who knows. But it is just so ethereal, so fairy-like. It's so pretty. Like genuinely pixie dust. This is what you would be looking for if you ever needed that. Like look at that. It's so pretty. I can't even like wrap my head around that. I used my usual primers, so gosh, where is it? I have the NYX glitter primer for the pigment, and I have my Wet n Wild Mega Last primer. Then I have this Chertruse Flash from NYX, the Epic Wear liner stick. I love this one. Then I have the Lash Like a Boss from Essence, this waterproof mascara. What else am I wearing? So that's the eyes. Brows are the same. I have the Brow This Way from Rimmel, the little pencil that you'll see in other looks as well, and Got to Be Brow Gel. Then on my lips, I have this Essence 8 Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner in the shade Cinnamon Spice. And this Wooden's Eye and Angelica Nico's Shine lipstick in the shade Spectral. Just because that's what I've been enjoying lately a lot. Then as a blush, I have the Chiffon by Colourpop. It's the Super Shock blush. As you can see, we are running out of this one. And it just makes me so happy. Seriously, that's like the best thing that's happened in the past couple days. Is almost using up this shade. Then I have the Ice Maiden by Beauty Moons Cosmetics. This one is my Project 20 Uses palette. If you want to see the entire video, I will link it down below. And I've used the shade Empower as a blush, as a highlighter. It is such a gorgeous highlight. Like, do you see how healthy and wet looking and just sparkly this looks? I think I'm gonna use this palette a lot for that, because these two I can definitely use as highlighters. I kind of have to try the Superior because I feel like I could, but also I don't know if it's not too chunky. You kind of try it on my, yeah, it's this shade right here. I feel like it's not too chunky. Like, I could use that if I'm gonna be very light-handed. I feel like I could use that as a highlighter too. So, and that would make me so happy if I could like multitask with this palette. Because I've been wearing blues a lot in the past 2 to 3 months, so I'm just kind of not really too much in the mood for them. Like, I will still wear them at least once a week, but I just don't feel like wearing blues all the time right now. I kind of want to go more into the, greens and stuff. But here's kind of like a close-up. And I mean, do you see the sparkle? Do you see that? This is so pretty. I just love this look. And it's so colorful and just, yeah, I love looks like these. They always make me feel so pretty and fun and just, you know, I just enjoy these a lot. So let me know what you thought about this look, and let's get into the next one. Hi guys, so here's another look. Today's look is actually part of my Get Ready With Me and movie reaction, so I will leave that video down below. It was very like strange for me because it's a complete like premiere for me. I've never done something like that before, so hopefully you'll enjoy that. And today I kind of combine a lot of different palettes, since we were watching a kind of like thriller drama type of movie. I kind of combined a lot of things. So I started with the Bitten palette by Gourmand Girls because I want to focus on my Project 20 Uses palette, and I started with the shade Bloodlust in the outer half of the crease and like throughout the whole area. I have Elemental Dust in the cut crease part. I used the shade Slayer on the lower lash line. And I think that's everything from this palette. Then I also have this Spellcraft by Little Cosmetics. And I use the shade Raven as a liner. I have Cauldron in the outer part. I have Arcane, kind of blending out everything. And Familiar on the lower lash line, and Hex on the lid as a shimmer. It is such a beautiful iridescent shimmer. And then I have this Haggard Ecstasy of Saintess. And I have the shade Heart of Saintess, which is the central shade in the inner corner. It's such a beautiful sparkly shade. I just adore this one. So that's for eyeshadow palette. And then for the rest of the look, I have my Catrice Black Waterline Pencil. I have the Superstay Concealer by Maybelline in the shade 10. I have my regular brow product, so the Brow This Way by Rimmel and Got To Be Brow Gel. Then I have the regular primer, so Wet n Wild and NYX glitter primer. I have this Firework mascara. Then I have this Chestnut Perfection lip liner from Essence. It's the 8-hour matte comfort lip liner that I've been using a lot, and I have a combo of two of my Halloween bundle lippies from Uden's Eye in collaboration with Angelica Nyquist. I have the matte in Shadow Creature, it's kind of like a red one, and then the shine one in the shade Spectral. It's just kind of, you know, like lately my lips have been a bit dry, so I didn't want it to do something too matte. Then as a blush, I have my Chiffon by Colourpop, and it's the Super Shock blush that I've been using a ton. And then a highlighter, I've actually used another of my Project 20 Uses palette, which is the Nomad Cosmetics Chicago Speak Easy, and I've used the shade Chicago Fizz as a highlighter. It's such a beautiful highlighter, very believable. I'm gonna zoom you in to see the look better and also to see the highlight. Like, it is such a pretty highlight. Like, if you told me this is a full-on highlighter, I would believe you. It doesn't look like an eyeshadow on the face. It looks very iridescent and blends wonderfully with the skin. And here's the eye look. I mean, it is so pretty. I love the fact that the liner looks nice. And I mean, it looks kind of even. They're never fully even, by the way, but they look kind of even. And I love the little shimmer over here, and it's just so pretty. So I'm actually really happy about the way it looks, and I think it just turned out really nicely, and I'm super happy about this look. So definitely let me know what you think, and I'll see you with another look. Hey guys, so here's another look. Today I mainly focused on my green shades from the Merry Christmas palette that I actually have here in this mini Earth palette by Uden's Eye. Kind of repressed them a while ago. And I have to get my spreadsheet because I don't actually remember the shade names. I mean, I think I do, but I don't want to say something that would be incorrect. So I used the shade Best Wish from the Merry Christmas, kind of all throughout the crease. I have the shade Jingle Bell all over my, no, sorry, Matcha Cookie. Matcha Cookie all over the lid and in the crease. Then the shade New Year in the outer corner, and the shade Jingle Bell kind of mostly on the most part of the lid. I also use this What's Up Beauty Dragon Eye palette, this beautiful gorgeous little palette, and I have the shade Scales in the outer corner and Fly in the inner corner. I am expecting to hit a pan on the shade Fly, so in the next couple uses, because it's just bound to happen. And then on my lower lash line, I have my Project Pan shades, Pando's eyeshadow shades. So I have this green, which this one is the shade Neverland from the Tinkerbell palette, and I actually mixed it with the shade Snowflake from the Christmas Eve by Uden's Eye, because it's just my Pando's eyeshadows and I want to hit pan. And I also have, so that's in the second half of the lower lash line. And I also have this green shade in the first half of the lower lash line, and it's the shade Think from the Tinkerbell palette. And then I have my regular primer, so the Wet n Wild primer and the NYX glitter primer. I have this Brow This Way brow from Rimmel, and this is actually my last day of using it because, as I was expecting, the inside, like the pencil part that you draw with, only comes up at about here, so I can't use it anymore because there's no actual product, it's just the packaging. So it's definitely not something like out of the ordinary. But yeah, this was my last day. So I already, how many products I've used up from my 25 things to ban? I think this is the 4th product, if I remember correctly. Then I have the Got To Be bar gel, which there's so little of it. I can't believe I'm still able to like scrape anything out. Then I have the Colourpop cream gel liner in the shade Aglow in the waterline. Sorry. I have the Maybelline Firework mascara on today and the Maybelline Superstay concealer in the shade 10. And then a highlighter and blush. So blush is this chiffon shade by Colourpop. It's the Super Shock blush. And highlighter, I've used the Laguna palette from Glamshop. This is the Pando's eyeshadows. No, Project 20 Uses, sorry. Project 20 Uses palette, and I've used the shade Coral Velvet. Kind of on top. So, yeah, let me kind of show you a little bit more close up. Maybe I'm gonna zoom you in. And yeah, it's just like a very basic green look, but I've been really dying to wear green since it's like beautiful summer, since it's beautiful weather outside, and it's also been kind of really stressful day, and I didn't really have much time in the morning, so that's why it's kind of basic, but whatever, I still love it. It's so pretty. And yeah, love this one. So see you tomorrow with another look. Hey guys, so here's my first look in my review of the Monk palette by Fantasy Cosmetica. This one is a completely new palette to me. I've only tried Fantasy Cosmetica once for the Harvest of Souls, and this is so gorgeous. Today I kind of played with like the very warm tones. I love this look. It looks so gorgeous. I've already worn this for, how long is it? 7 hours, 8 hours, something like that. And it looks gorgeous, nothing creased, even though a couple of the shades, well, the main shade that I have on my lid is kind of jellier, but I knew that they're probably not gonna crease. So I started with the shade Energy, which actually in the palette looks a bit more orange. I feel like on the lid, it's the one that's in the beginning part and also under the brows. I feel like it looks more like this on my face. Then I have the shade Timeless, which is very orange. I feel like I mean, on camera it probably looks really orange, but in real life it kind of looks pretty like browny terracotta almost, orange. But on the eyes it's very, very orange. And then I have the Stillness as the last shade, the matte shade. And then on the beginning of my lid and in the inner corner I have the shade Flow, which is this beautiful kind of marbled shadow. And then I have the shade Deflect in the second half of the lid. And this is just so pretty. I kind of bought it because I don't have the Naked Honey palette by Natasha Denona, sorry, Urban Decay, because it just wasn't that amazing, and I can do that with my collection. But lately I've been kind of just really obsessed with that color story, and I kind of wanted to have like a small magnetic palette with these shades. Also, I don't have a lot of yellow and orange singles. I have very little of them actually, and I kind of want to have options in case I want to build my own palettes. So yeah, and I just love this. Like, I always wanted these 9 pens from Fantasy Cosmetic. I just love the design and everything, so I'm very happy about that. I used my usual primers, which is the Wet n Wild Mega Last Primer and the NYX Glitter Primer. I have this Revolution Streamline eyeliner in the shade yellow, as you can see. Yellows always go so quickly for me when it comes to eye pencils because, well, this one, a little bit of it broke because it is very soft formula, but still, like, I use them all the time. And I love how neon-y this is. I mean, yeah, this is very neon-y. Then I have the Firework mascara by Maybelline, which I'm almost running out of. I think I've used it like 42 or 43 times now, so there's definitely not much left. Then I have the Rimmel Kind and Free Concealer in the shade Fair, which I'm surprised I didn't crease, and it doesn't look horrible because I've been working a lot today, kind of like physically working, right? Then I have the Maybelline Express Brow Ultra Slim Pencil in the shade Blonde. It's this one. I didn't want to mess with my eyeshadows today, even though probably tomorrow I'm gonna do that. But I just wanted to quickly do my brows, so yeah, it's a really nice color. I don't know if it fully fits my hair, but yeah, I feel like my hair are a little bit more warm now. But who knows, I need to wash them today because they are disgusting. So that's for my brows, and then I also have the Got2b brow gel. And then a lip combo. So I have the Essence 8 Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner in the shade Cinnamon Spice. It's the shade number 1. I have this matte, I have both of the Halloween bundle lipsticks from Oden's Eye in collaboration with Angelica Nyquist, and I have the matte one in the shade Swamp Fog. It's kind of like a browny terracotta shade. It's kind of more like an orangey terracotta than brown, actually. And then I have this glow version in the shade Radioactive. It's like a very glowy, yellowy one. I don't have much of that. Like, I'm really running out of the glow one. And I don't think I have too much of the matte one either. Because, like, there's definitely way more, but I don't think there's that much. So, and these are my project pens, so I just really hope I'm gonna get out of that. And I have the Olay Tap Super Shock blush from Colourpop. It's this beautiful orangey gold one. I hope I'm gonna hit pan. Well, I've already hit pan on it a while ago, and then I had to repress it because these are very kind of like squishy formula. And then I have this highly waisted Super Shock highlighter, and this one is kind of like a champagne-y orangey gold with a little bit of pinkiness happening, but not too much. It's honestly a very neutral highlighter. And yeah, I think that's everything that I'm wearing today. So that's for this look. Let me know what you think about this, and let me know if you got the new Fantasy Cosmetica palette. Hi guys, welcome back to another weekly look. Today I kind of combine a couple different things. One of them is the Galactic Visitor palette by Cinch Beauty, and then I also have the Fantasy Cosmetica Monk palette and a couple of other products. So let's just go through this look, which I love, by the way. Like, it's so much fun. So I started with the Monk palette, and I have the shade. Now I'm kind of confused which shade do I actually have. No, it's not this one. I have Timeless in the crease, and then Stun in the kind of inner part of the crease, and kind of blending out everything around. Then I used the Galactic Visitor palette by Cinch Beauty, and I used the shade Infinity to draw this liner. Then I have Eclipse kind of here towards the base of it, kind of more like a liner. Then I have the shade Belief on the lower lash line, Milky Way on the bottom lash, and Space Dust in the inner corner. And I forgot to mention the shimmers from Monk because I'm stupid. So I have the Flow in the first half, and then Flurry in the second half. And the first shade, the Flow, slightly started creasing a couple like minutes ago, or maybe like an hour ago. I think it's because I used a bit more primer than usual, and I went straight in with this shade and kind of really coating the brush, so I feel like it was too much primer and too much of eyeshadow at the same time in a really short amount. So I think that caused a little bit of creasing. But it happened like now, and it's already been, I don't know, 12 hours since I've created this look, so that's also something to keep in mind. I also used the shade Peace from Cinch Beauty on my brows to kind of draw them on. And it's actually a really nice brow shade, I have to admit that. Then I used my Glistening Cosmetics and Lens palette. This is the water activated liner palette, and I have the shade Minimum Effort here for the 3 dots. And then I also used the sound effect, the darker one, to kind of go around the, or sorry, to go over the liner, just to make it more blue. Let me actually zoom you in. Yeah. Okay, maybe like, well, like this. So yeah, as you can see, it's really beautiful blue, and I feel like it works so wonderfully with this eye look. Like, I feel like it's such a gorgeous complement to it. So that's kind of for the eye look. Then, as I mentioned, I have the Wet n Wild primer and the NYX glitter primer on my eyes. I've used the Got To Be brow gel on my brows. Then I have this Colourpop cream gel liner in the shade Crystal Crush on my waterline, or in my waterline, sorry. The Firework mascara by Maybelline. Then the Rimmel Kind and Free concealer in the shade 10 Fair. I have as a blush, I've used the Colourpop Olay Stop Super Shock blush. And then for a highlighter, I've actually used my Mini Charms palette by Beauty Bay, and I have this shade right here. It's kind of like orangey gold, and that one is called Infinity. And I also have this shade Cosmic underneath my brows. So like right here, maybe you can see that in the highlighter. It is such a perfect highlighter. I love this shade for or this palette, I should say, for this exact reason. So that's for that. So I actually used 3 eyeshadow palettes today. And the shade Cosmic, the blue one, is actually my Pandos eyeshadows, which I think I've released that update already. Yeah. Then on my lips, I have the Essence 8 Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner in the shade Cinnamon Spice. Yes, Cinnamon Spice. And then I have 2 of my Oden's Eye Project Pan lipstick, as always. I have these ones are from the Angelica collection, the Halloween collection. And this one is the matte one in the shade Swamp Fog, and then the glow one in the shade Radioactive. And I just adore this combination. It makes me so happy. And it just looks so nice. Like, I mean, look at that. It's so pretty. So yeah, that's kind of for this look. And see you tomorrow with another one. Hey guys, welcome back to my weekly looks. And today I kind of combined a couple different things. So I mainly focused on this Nomad Cosmetics Chicago Speakeasy palette because first of all, I want to haul it this month. It's gonna be part of my February haul, and also because it's my project want to use this palette, so I just want to use it more. And so today I mainly focused on the like neutral shades and the greens in this palette. I have the green mail in the first half of the lid. Then I have the Drunken Goat in the outer part. I love mixing these two shades, or like putting them next to each other. I have Capone in the as like the eyeliner. I also use the shade Absent House in my brows because it's a really nice brow shade. I actually do really enjoy that one. And then on my lid, I have the shade Southside. And it is a beautiful, like green to purple, like kind of like lavendery purple. I'm gonna zoom you in actually. Maybe, I don't know if you'll see the flip, but it is really pretty. Let me actually try to show you because I really enjoy that. Yeah, is there something visible? It's kind of hard to show here because first of all, I don't really see what I'm filming. So it's really hard for me to like hold this and also look in the camera, but I feel like you can see that it has a purple flip. Maybe, who knows? Hopefully you saw that. So I use these shades. And I also have the Jinriki in the inner corner. It's a beautiful inner corner shade. And then on the first half of the lid, I used a single from Sinful Echoes because it is also something that I'm gonna haul. And it's the shade Riptide. This one is gorgeous. It's this like blue tealy minty multichrome. And it just looks so nice on the lid, especially over the light pistachio matte. It is so gorgeous, so sparkly. It's still like very neutral look, but my kind of neutral. And this one is so sparkly. I've worn it for, it's 8, and I was leaving by after 6. So yeah, it's already like 14 hours since I've put this on, and it looks wonderful. So nothing bad to say about this one. Then I have, so for the rest, I have the Wet n Wild Omega Glass Primer as always, NYX Glitter Primer as always, brow gel is the Got to Be brow gel. That is my project pen. Then I have the Rimmel Kind and Free Concealer in the shade 10. It's my Shop My Stash product for this month. I have the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Aglow, one of my favorites. And then the Firework Mascara by Maybelline. I have this Cosmic Beauty velvet lipsticks. I'm not completely sure how they're called. This one are from the 'Tis the Season Christmas collection, and it's the shade Ginger Snap. It's a beautiful kind of orangey brown. It's gorgeous. Blush, I have the Super Shock blush from Colourpop. It's the chiffon shade. I'm so close and using it. Like, it's literally just a veil around the borders. So can't wait to use this one up. And then my other Project 20 Uses palette is the Laguna by Glamshop, and I use this one a lot for the iridescent shimmers because they're really nice as highlighters. At first I wanted to use the Coral of it, but then because I feel like there's a lot of the tealy minty shade happening, I used the Shipliff. I'm not completely sure what is this one. Like, I think I know what it's supposed to be, but I'm not completely sure how it's pronounced in Polish. I'm way better understanding Polish than actually like speaking Polish. So this one is so pretty, very minty, very beautiful, and it has a bit of a like a gold sheen from certain angles. And I kind of usually go in between these two because I don't really want to hit pan on either of them. So I'm trying to like distribute the uses evenly between both of them. And yeah, love that. And I think that's everything that I've used. So yeah, that's the look. Let me know what you think about this one. As I said, like, I had to be out by 6 and I was really tired in the morning, so I didn't want it to wake up too early to spend like 30 minutes doing my makeup. So yeah, in a very sleepy, hazy state, this took me 12 minutes. It would probably be like an 8-minute look, but as I said, like I was kind of loopy and weird, so it took a little bit longer. But I really didn't have more time than that. Usually, like if I don't have to wake up that early, I don't mind doing a little bit more intricate looks, because even the intricate ones usually take me like 30 minutes most. But I know that when I'm kind of really tired, it's gonna take me almost an hour. So I just don't attempt to do that. But that's everything for today, and see you with another look tomorrow. Hi guys, so here is the second look with the Monk palette by Fantasy Cosmetica. And today I started with the shade Channel, then the shade Stun, kind of everywhere, and then the shade Stillness again for the liner part, as you can see. And then I have the shade Strike in the second half of the lid, and Flurry in the beginning, or like the first half. And I just love this palette. It is so gorgeous, and it is so, like, I don't know, like it just looks so incredibly cute. I love that. So for the rest of my face, so I have the Wet n Wild Mega Last Primer and the NYX Glitter Primer as always. I have the, Jesus Christ, Streamline Eyeliner from Revolution in the shade Orange. This one. I have the Rimmel Kind and Free Concealer in the shade 10 Fair. The Firework Mascara by Maybelline. I've used a bit of this Essence 8-Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner in the shade Cinnamon Spice as yesterday, because it's just one of my favorites. And then I have this Depotted shade from Odenside. This is the shade Softly from the Christmas Eve palette. In my brows as a brow powder. Then on my lips, apart from the lip liner, I had Vaseline on my lips, and I used this gingerbread shade by Odin's Eye. This is from Merry Christmas palette, and I just tapped it and kind of blended it with the brush on my lips to create this kind of terracotta lip. Then I have this Olay Stop from Colourpop, this blush. I think I've used it yesterday as well, as far as I remember. So this is the Colourpop Olay Step. I want to hit another pan there, and it's also like I only have one other blush that I could use, so I just kind of want to focus on that. And then I have the same highlighter, I think, as yesterday, and this is the Highly Wasted Super Shock highlighter from Colourpop. Again, I just want to get some uses, and it's in my Shop My Stash for this month, and I don't really know how much I'm gonna use it this month, so just in case I wanna be successful. And then I also have this Got To Be brow gel. I swear, like a month ago, I thought I'm gonna declutter it because I thought that there's no product, but it still keeps finding new product at the bottom. So I don't know how it's possible, but yeah, still have that one. So that's everything for today. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll be super happy to see you tomorrow with another video. Bye!